I love that theme song.
I know, we both grew to it. Welcome to the SpeakEasy conversation number 32, I think, Doug. I'm not sure. It could be 33, and it could be number 1. We are, we are mushy with the numbers as we're mushy in our head as we're older, and, we got all kinds of old people problems, but we're good. We're here. We're happy. Look, Doug is smiling, and Doug should be smiling, I think, because of this first beer, or maybe I'm wrong.
Well, we're going to find out. This is a beer I've never had before. This is from friend Daniel Fisher from Eckhart Beer Company, Trek style pale lager. This clocks in at 4.2, so we're starting light. This is out of Brooklyn, so it's definitely from Daniel. So kind of plain but effective can art, as you know, my can art sensibilities. But look at that color. It's lovely. And my barrel flow glass too, by the way.
All right.
Oh, that's nice. That's a crispy boy there. Even though it's not a Pilsner, a nice Czech style pale lager, that's really crisp. Really tasty. Thank you, Daniel.
I have a game day lager, Doug. I think it's
we're supposed to start.
Yeah, it's appropriate for, I don't know, game day, right? Yeah. Bring out Hoya?
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
Is that a Wisconsin thing that I'm unaware of, or
it's brewed? Oh, shit.
I think of Hoya. All I think of is Georgetown, but that's not a Hoya. That's Hoya's.
These are my backup glasses, so they look probably wild. Let's see here. Brewed by alumni for alumni. Oh, this is this. So this is brewed. Okay, so a proud university alumni of, I'm gonna make this easier. Blue and gold. I think this is Marquette, Doug. I think this is the beer they brewed for Marquette. Who?
Oh, okay.
That would be my friend Joe from Gathering Place and the guys at Broken Bat Brewing Company.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
And they brewed it for, I'm pretty sure it's Marquette. But it's a 4.2 light lager. It's, it's Gathering Place, so it's excellent, of course. And of course, Gathering Place, full disclaimer, Gathering Place is the beer that brewed my collaboration beer.
Yeah. Oh, you got a nice.
I guess you can't see it. Yeah.
That's because you got the background thing going on.
Yeah, I got it framed up because it's an accomplishment and a milestone for my goofy ass beer thing that I do.
Yep.
How about the goofy beer things I do? How about that? Yeah. So this is Gathering Place. It's pretty good. Yeah, Doug. So we have it's been a while. It's been a while that we've been able to last week we had
Chuck Wendig.
Yeah. So it was a different vibe than this week. And so actually let's just jump right in. Ooh, in the comments.
Yeah, for Marquette, no less.
Marquette. All right. Yeah, my boys at Gathering Place. They know who to root for, and apparently Amani and them.
Yeah.
Excellent. So past guest news, Doug. So uh 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we had an update on Liquid Intrusion.
Yep.
And Doug, what do you got? What's going on here?
So they are doing a fundraiser now for Jasmine as well as for Liquid Intrusion, part to pay Jasmine's medical bills, but also to get their brick and mortar brewery up and running. So this is Genetically Unapologetic, which was the name of their collab that they had at Barrel and Flow, which was delicious and excellent. So you can buy t-shirts. I think they have a hoodie. They have a long sleeve V-neck. They have so the one you're showing is just like their premium tee, which I guess is like a softer material, and then they have unisex tees. So they have all of them. Please go out if you can afford to. Pick them up if you can. It helps them. It's proceeds go to them. Obviously, buy Libco merch, Libco beer from the Wine Concierge if you can figure that, if you can afford to do that. If you can't, then just share it. Get it out so people know it's available to go do that. So yeah.
Yep. Y'all see the link down there, bonfire / genetically / unapologetic / or something like that. Y'all see it down there.
Yep.
And if y'all need this, hit Doug up on the DMs and we can send you the link directly. Unfortunately, via this we can't. And somebody could probably put it in one of us could put it in the chat too.
I'll put it in the chat here in a sec.
Yeah, that's cool. Excellent. Yeah, Doug, we had a lot of past guest news. And this is from a little bit ago that you sent me, so I know you want to talk about it. But if you're ready, I can if you want me to wait while you do that. It's cool.
I already posted the link, so let it rock.
Well, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so our guy Dave Mack and Mack Brewing has a sponsorship with the After Yard in Philly, which is really cool. I don't know much about the After Yard, but just the fact that they're promoting this and having something where just to be able to have more of Mack beers, because his beers are excellent. I'm really, really thrilled for him. So, cool on him.
We love Mack Brewing.
Yes, we do.
And I'm pretty sure Mack Brewing loves us too. So mutual thing we got going on here. Speaking of love for each other.
Are you going to tackle this?
Actually, no, Doug, because you sent all this to me, so I just wanted you to, you can talk about it, but I know what's going on, but
yeah. All right. Well, so we have a few of these. Actually, we have there are actually 3 previous guests that are on the Future 40 Wine Enthusiast list for this year. 3. This is our first one. This is April Dove, dear friend of the show, really good friend of ours. We hung out quite a bit at Barrel Flow. We hung out quite a bit when you were there the previous year. So good for her. She's able to be featured in that in Wine Enthusiast, which is a very important magazine for booze and spirits. So really happy for her. And of course, Hannah. Dope Cidery. Hannah also is part of the Future 40 Wine Enthusiast group. Like I said, these are people that have been on our show. They're friends of ours. I'm super happy for them. There is one other that we didn't. The last one who I didn't send you for was Jenny Flaffen, who is the brewer at Dovetail. She was also on that list. So just a diverse group too. You got April, who does beer. You have Hannah, who does cider, and then Jenny does beer, but like in a very classic German style. So and a sake expert as well. So like just all women, which is fucking great. Like more of that, please.
Yeah, but that's not diverse. They're all women.
Yeah, considering that most of this seem to be men.
Doug laughed. Yeah, that was a troll. That wasn't.
Yeah. Oh, God damn it. Boo, but yay.
All right. I thought there was something else we needed to do, but apparently not.
I can't think of
Well, there's
I thought
always things to do, but
for sure.
all right, Doug. I think it looks like our guest is ready. Cool. Obviously he was ready. He was here like a half an hour before the damn thing started, but I didn't know if he was still there. I had to go look, but yeah, Doug. So I'll introduce our guest tonight. Friend of the show and friend of us and friend of mine and friend of the world, Matt Clarke.
Friend of the world.
What did we say? Doug, I like our descriptions because they say really nice things about people that we would probably, I wouldn't say not normally say, but I don't know. Matt Clarke is a podcaster, an avid gamer, and a dedicated father for sure. Matt is also a lifelong Chicago Bears enthusiast, Doug.
Hey, we all have our crosses to bear.
All right.
Which we will all get into, I'm sure.
My Chicago Bear take might surprise a lot of people, so it's not going to surprise Matt at all because him and I talk about this, but it might surprise some of y'all. We'll get to that. And he's a seasoned veteran of the fantasy football world. So if y'all are ready for the fantasy football talk, and he's an avid disc golfer. He's a craft beer guy. He's a lot of things, Doug.
He contains multitudes. This is good.
And to add another thing to his thing, he's a repeat guest on our Goofy Ass Friday stream. So without further ado, I think we gave him a good little pop here, Doug. We got Matt Clarke.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Welcome, man. Glad you're here.
Yes, it has been a while. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. So what's in the glass?
Yeah, Greg. We remembered this time.
So, my first beer is really, really basic stuff. You can probably get it anywhere, but I actually had one at a Phillies game, and I have been really digging it. It's just a garage beer, and I'm like not going to pour it in a glass. I don't think it necessarily needs a glass, but like straight up, this beer is like legitimately good, and it's something that you can get like anywhere. I really like it. I think it's like real crisp. It's like a much better like Miller Lite. That is right. Let's go Phillies.
Wait, that's that Kelsey Woke beer, isn't it?
It is the Kelsey Woke beer.
There's a question for you, Matt. Right off the bat.
So this is the City Connect. They're actually wearing them tonight as they play. Any home game on a Friday night, they're rocking these, actually. I saw them get to wear these like 2 months ago. I don't know. MLB had a field day with it. There was two players that ran across home plate in a slide at the same time within like 5 feet of each other. It was JT Realmuto and Nick Castellanos, and it was awesome. And from where we were sitting in the Hall of Fame club, I could see both of their hands go over the plates before the tag came in. It was sick. It was such an awesome moment. Johan Duran just closed it out on the Braves. So good night.
Side note on that closer, when you go into TikTok and there's like a controversial video, they will put stuff talking about him as a way to avoid getting censored.
Really?
I have seen that on so many videos where it's like talking about that closer for the Phillies. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his name because I'm going to butcher it. So,
Johan Duran. That's he is awesome. Like ever since I saw his he has a whole entrance. If you haven't seen it, you absolutely must go YouTube JHOAN Duran and look up his entrance because it is just electric stuff. Starts off with like the Undertaker, it's so good. It's so good.
You have a fan, Matt, already. It's like my favorite guest.
Wait till we get to the football takes, Amani. Stick around.
He might not be your favorite guest after that.
Yeah, it's weird, and I see Zach in there already with the Bears suck.
No, it's not the Zach we know. I was expecting Zach Rosenberg to come in and just start fucking peppering us with dumb shit. But
no, this is the Zach that we know that also pepper us with dumb shit. So.
All right, so they're similar. Maybe it's a name Zach. Maybe that's the deal.
Well, all right. Well, I guess it's time. We'll just get to that, right? We'll just let's get to the fun. We'll do this.
React.
I want you to react, y'all, to this, Matt Clarke. This is the week before. This is the last weekend of the summer. This is the last weekend that college football, and we'll get to that a little bit, dominates the airwaves before the NFL takes over literally almost every motherfucking day of the week now. So with that being, and then if it's not on Wednesdays, but y'all are filling out the fucking fantasy forms on Wednesdays, we'll get to that too in a second. So then it's every goddamn week, all week the NFL will be taking over. And I don't know, one of the things that we did, Matt and I are in this messenger thread, and we just talk shit all the time on the NFL. So I figured Doug and I like take shots at each other in the NFL. We really never talk straight about it ever, really, for the most part. It's just barbs across the thing, and when it's a Jacksonville Jaguar and when it's a Jacksonville Jaguar fan and a Browns fan, like really nobody gives a fuck, nor should anybody. But that being said,
so you brought in a Bears fan because like no one gives a fuck either.
At least they have a loyal fan base.
We have
they have
here
like the biggest market share apparently for all NFL teams.
They're like the Knicks of the NFL. They haven't won the title in forever, and they're still get a weird big market share.
Let me finish my damn intro, damn it. So now, so again, NFL starting up soon. We got Matt on here just to kind of talk about this, but also before we end the segment, we're going to have reluctant Super Bowl picks, and then we'll move into a little bit of fantasy football tips where Doug and Matt will give out some tips and talk some shit about that, because apparently Matt said all motherfucking weekend he's got fucking fantasy football drafts after fantasy football draft after fantasy football drafts. It's supposed to be Labor Day weekend, y'all, where people chill and like and y'all are like laboring over these fucking fantasy drafts this weekend, and that's really interesting.
Of love, though.
It's a labor for actually. I mean, this is a weekend that heats up. Yeah, and like it's all week though. You know what I mean? There's drafts on, there'll be drafts Wednesday, Tuesday, all week, leading up to Thursday. So with that being said, y'all, the NFL was rocked last night or yesterday by a fucking idiotic trade that Dallas made to the Green Bay Packers. So does anybody want to? Should we start there with that fucking idiocy, or where should we start? We have our guests, so we'll let our guests take that and run with it, and then Doug will jump in when we can.
I mean, like, so legitimately, it does add something to the Packers defense. It doesn't turn them into the Eagles, though. Like, the Eagles defense is just, I see a lot of people having all of these hot takes, and Micah Parsons is someone that has, like, historically you can run directly at him with a running back. He is not good he's not a good run defender, and I think they compromised that by getting rid of their best run defender to make that trade, and they gave up a bunch of capital to do it.
They gave up 2 first-round picks, I believe.
Yep, 2 first-rounders. I mean, historically, they haven't really been like hitting on their first rounders either. That's straight from Zach in our group, self-admitted. He did say that there are just a bunch of guys that they've been drafting and making starters. I mean, Parsons definitely adds to it. I was looking it up. Like Green Bay before the Parsons trade was considered the 15th best roster. I think it probably puts them in the top 10. When I was reading that article, though, I was very surprised to know that the Bears were number 8. They had the Vikings at number 6. The Vikings, top to bottom, are pretty good for a roster, but they're banking on JJ McCarthy.
Mhm.
So, like, the whole division is really interesting now because we, the Bears, like, we have Ben Johnson now. You can clearly see his influence in every single little thing, like even from their really hard practices and stuff like that. You hear about all the veteran players talking about how this is one of the toughest training camps they've been through. They all feel like they're ready. Some guys are dinged up, but I think it'll make for a really good, like, hardened callus when it comes to the actual games. And yeah, it's going to be a really fun season.
Are you saying that your Ben Johnson's an upgrade from Eberflus or whatever the fuck?
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, so that's another. So here's another thing that's kind of interesting about that is Eberflus is the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys now.
Oh, that's super funny.
So
he's like, yeah, trade for that defensive tackle.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, so Eberflus is all about his defensive tackles. He doesn't actually really even care about his defensive ends. He does all of this scheming. Scheming, but like, I don't know. I don't think it's going to. It's definitely not going to work out for the Cowboys the way that they want it to. They've kind of been ass at drafting, also. But it'll be interesting to see if the Packers basically fall into that. This is something that happens over and over and over again that you see in the NFL, and you see it fail a lot. It fails a lot more than it actually works. And I know that as a Bears fan because we gave up 2 firsts for Khalil Mack. He had an immediate impact, and then 3 years later, we traded him for a 2nd-round pick. And it absolutely crippled us trying to get rid of Trubisky, basically.
Oh, Mitch Trubisky, man. The gift that keeps on giving.
So, Doug, no. Caleb Williams does not look like Drake.
Yes, he does in that photo.
No, he doesn't. That's horrible.
It's a smile. Sorry.
Matt is no. I'm sorry. Whatever. I just can't. I can't have you. I can't have you comparing Drake to one of my favorite NFLers. Matt Clarke, the guy in the picture that is probably top 10 polarizing NFL player already, and he's only in his 2nd year. Like, everybody has an opinion on Caleb Williams, and most of it is slanted and bullshitty. And or just blatantly trollish like Zach, if he's still here. But seriously though, Matt, all bullshit aside, is Caleb Williams capable of taking the Bears to the next level? And by next level, I mean NFC Championship, if you want to be precise.
I think he will with Ben Johnson. I don't necessarily think it's going to be this year, though. I didn't
say this year.
I really do think that they're going to surprise some people. I think they're going to make the playoffs, probably as a wild card, because the division I really honestly think is a toss up. What I thought was the worst roster in the division just traded for Micah Parsons, so like, I really think the division's a toss up. I think the Lions are going to end up basically at the bottom, just because.
Wow, that is a bold prediction.
Not really. They lost both of their coordinators, and Dan Campbell is a vibes guy. He's not a scheme guy. He's not a like. I don't see it. What I did see was a lot of dysfunction in the preseason with like operational stuff. It was real bad. That one game where they scored absolutely 0 points and got like dumped on was really rough. But the preseason obviously doesn't say everything about a team though. But it looked like it's going to be a work in progress, which I don't think is a bad thing. It's how are they going to produce their next star at I don't know. I've gotten way more into I think coaches mean a lot more to teams than star athletes do, because you think about Ben Johnson as a coordinator. Like, he had Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs. Okay, I would say those two are elite. I think Sam Laporta was a product of that type of scheme being elite. And he made Jared Goff elite. But Jared Goff is not an elite quarterback. We all know that. We've all seen that. We all saw his time for the Rams and stuff like that. So yes, I do think Caleb and Ben Johnson can get the Bears to an NFC Championship game at some point.
All right. Doug. Same question. Hold on. You have comments on Caleb? Because I'm
finish your thought, and then I'll go.
Same question, Doug. Can this man take the Jacksonville Jaguars to the AFC Championship game in his career? No. Doug, what's going on with your Jacksonville Jaguars? Let's talk about it.
We have had 6 years of Trevor Lawrence. He's a guy that you go, he is Jeff George. That is who he is. He is a guy that you go, man, that guy's got a great arm. He looks the part, just like, yeah, man. And then you watch him play and you're like, where the fuck is his brain? Like,
that Jeff George?
Yes, the Jeff George of like Minnesota fame, way back. Everybody thought Jeff George had all the tools except he didn't have the brain to do it. And there's also the part that like Jacksonville is one of the worst run organizations in the entire NFL. They're fucking like their owner's son is runs the AEW wrestling thing, which is fine, but do that. Don't also go into the fucking goddamn NFL. Those are two disparate things. They do not work. They're not related. And yeah. That's a great comment.
What's he hiding under that headband? It's got to be a giant fucking forehead.
maybe it's Quarto from Total Recall. I don't know. Like, what the fuck is going on? So listen, he has Brian Brian Taylor Jr. His last name's escaping me, but he's a receiver who is fucking phenomenal.
BTJ, Brian Thomas Jr.
Brian Thomas Jr. Thomas, that was the last name. Sorry, I was saying Taylor. I was thinking Fred Taylor, I think, which is one of the 5 good Jacksonville players ever. But
Fred Taylor was a boss.
Yes, he was. But he's just not the guy. He doesn't have the physical talent. He just doesn't process at the level you need to really, really succeed. I feel like if you put him as a game manager kind of QB in the right system, he could be like Trent Dilfer style. I think that would be okay. But Trent Dilfer with more skills. But Trent Dilfer was really fucking smart. I don't feel like he's smart enough to do that. And I don't mean to say he's not a smart human. I'm just saying being a quarterback smart is way different than being like book smart or anything like that. And I just don't think he quite has it. And they have really good skill players in Jacksonville. He's just not the guy to get it. And the other thing is their offensive line's fucking not good. So, like you talked about Jared Goff looked great because he had a fantastic offensive line. Jacksonville has a shitty offensive line with a guy who doesn't make good decisions under pressure. So this is not a good recipe. I honestly, and I'm going to say this, I wish with all my heart that Jacksonville would just move to London and become the first London team. They would be so much better off and have Shahad Khan sell the fucking team to some London fucking rich dude and let that happen. They actually play well in London. It is the only place they don't play well at home. I don't know. I feel like that guy, Trevor Lawrence,
did they play well in London last year?
I think they were there twice and they went 1-1, but usually they do very well in London for some reason.
I'm being a smart ass. We whooped their asses in London last year.
Great. I'm not saying that they're good all the time. I'm just saying they play better than they play at home.
It would be interesting for them to be a London team, like 100%. But yeah, the entire front office has absolutely failed him. I really think that he's a talented quarterback. I think the not getting him an O-line thing, like I'm an expert on front office, just like complete dysfunction. I've watched it for years and years and years. It is so bad. If you can't like protect your quarterback, it's just malpractice.
And they can't. They can't. That is the problem. And so listen, if he had protection, and listen, they had 2 seasons where they won 9 games each season. He was decent. He's not a guy who will ever be a top 15. Maybe if he had a really good season, he could be top 15. He's never a top 10 quarterback, in my estimation. Listen, the guy may be a perfectly wonderful human. I'm just saying, like, what he showed, like last year, the way he played last year was just like, what is your decision-making matrix? Because I don't know what you're doing. Like, and it might be because the line was that bad and it's worse this year. So I don't expect much from them.
So Travis Hunter's not going to save you?
No. And listen, Travis Hunter, he should be a primarily defensive guy. He's a good defender and just once in a while do wideout stuff. They should use him Deion style. He's not Deion Sanders. Let's knock that dumb fucking comparison out. But
well, Doug, you just told us what they should do, but what are they actually trying to do with him?
Well, they said something where they were like, well, we're going to pop him in. We're just going to at least get him 2 flare out like screens per game. Great. You just told everybody what you're going to do with him. What are you doing? Stop doing that. Throw him in and just do shit with him. That's fine. Don't tell the league, hey, every game for 2 times, you're going to see him do a flare out screen and we're going to throw him to him and see what he can do. Well, if you do that, guess what? Every time he comes in, they're going to be like, flare out screen, get ready. And they're just so poorly run. It just drives me nuts. Now, the only modicum of hope I have is that Liam Cohen had Baker Mayfield throw for 41 touchdowns last year. Baker fucking Mayfield. And that was the dumbest intro.
Yeah, bad.
Even Trevor Lawrence made fun of him. And Trevor Lawrence is not the guy you want making fun of you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think Liam Cohen's going to be a decent coach. The problem is we've had a run of just fucking terrible coaches. Like just Urban Meyer was the worst NFL hire. And Greg and I have talked about this before. When they hired him, I went, that is a dumb hire. I fucking hate this. And Greg was like, well, he was really successful in college. Yeah. And I was like, no, he's going to be terrible in the NFL. Just mark my words. And that was the worst tenure. Oh.
You were definitely right. You were definitely right. He was awful.
Let it go. Let the Urban Meyer era go, buddy.
I would love to, except we suck, and we've sucked so long. I'm tired of it. Sorry for the rant.
That being said, we actually got a lot to get to, y'all. So I'm not gonna. I was gonna ask Matt what he thinks about Travis Hunter, but we have other places to go, and which could really get into longer discussions, kind of like this guy. Yeah. So what I want to address about this guy as a Cleveland Browns fan, and then I will pass it to Doug because he had the most visceral response first. And I don't know. I from what I know, Matt and I pretty much agree on this issue. I'm Yeah. Sabotage. Yes.
Sabotage. It's a sabotage.
The discourse around this guy um has been wilder, Doug, than I even imagined it would be. It is so fucking crazy and wild. And like I've come to call some of his supporters, quote, Shador babysitters. Because I feel that they're like literally babysitting, dude. They're all like concerned about how the Browns are treating him because of how he fell in the draft, I believe, is what I think that's the that's where it started is he fell in the draft. People felt it was whatever. Racism, um uh all kinds of things, okay? But racism was one of the things that people cited with him dropping. People said that people didn't like Dion, so y'all know this. Look, I don't even want to try to bring that up. My point is that I think the people that are like really, really coming at the Browns for the way that they're handling Shador or have handled him are still reeling from the effect of the draft. So that's where it is. But y'all need to chill, like relax. Okay, he was fifth round. Again, Dylan was third round. They were listen. I watched every snap of them in the preseason. Y'all, they're close. They're close. They're close. Okay, so if they're close, one was drafted in the third round, one was drafted in the fifth round. You do that. Also, I like to point out that a lot of people don't understand, Doug, is that the Browns drafted Gabriel Gillen to be their backup quarterback for the long term. They didn't draft him, and I'm pretty sure what I've read is that they've told him straight up that they don't want him to be the starter. They want him to be the long term backup. They see him as that role in this league, and then they drafted him as such. So the fact that he's automatically just the backup now, since Kenny Pickett got traded, and now it's either him or Shador, that makes sense. And I believe that Shador might get the first shot at starting once Joe Flacco gets hurt. Game, what is it, y'all? 3, 4, what? The starting Browns quarterback goes how many X amount of games before they get knocked out, and then the backup has to come in. When is that, y'all? Because we all know it happens every fucking year. Okay, so and it doesn't matter who the quarterback is or what the circumstances are. So Shador might get that start. So y'all need to chill on Shador as far as that goes. That's all I really want to say about Shador. The fucking discourse is wild. It's funny as hell though, but it's wild. And also notice, y'all, people were saying that Dion was going to take over and all that. Dion's been crickets since, I don't know. I haven't heard him say anything. And apparently Shador said numerous times at press conferences that he told his dad to shut the fuck up and leave him alone, basically. And he has. So Matt Clarke, Shador Sanders.
Yeah, I truly think they just need to, they should just let him sit and learn. He's learning behind Joe Flacco, who has handled the pressure of a incredibly successful Ravens team. Like he's a Super Bowl champion, right? Like Flacco was on, or was that Diffler?
Both.
Oh yeah. Okay, so they were both carried by like incredible defenses and them doing just enough to win. Shador could 100% like learn from that mentality of like do whatever, like do enough to win. Learning that mentality with his skill set will make him a really good quarterback. If he gets rushed in, or if there's all of this discourse and everyone's putting all this like crazy amount of pressure on him, it's not going to turn out well. And I think he deserves a shot just like everybody else. Except for Dylan Gabriel. He's definitely a backup. But like, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's just one of those things. Like we almost see it like, I don't want to say classic, but like it's the classic, like he dropped, so now he just has to like everyone's like, oh no, he should have been like Mel Kiper's like freaking out, having a stroke on TV. Like he's literally having like a mental stroke, and then they're talking about Shador. He's having like a legitimate stroke. Like it's ridiculous. Like let the kid just play some football. Like he looked decent in the preseason. He had one good game. He had one really bad game. He's learning. That's it. He's just learning.
Yep.
Got to give him some grace. They drafted him in the 5th round. It could turn out to be a phenomenal draft pick for the Browns. 100% could be absolutely just like he could be this incredible. Like I will say this. I personally never saw Shador as like the elite of the elite, like going to be a top 5 quarterback. But can you put pieces around him to win? I 100% believe that. I just don't think it's going to be his first year if you're pushing for him to be the starter on a team, like especially for the Browns, like fans and everything that are just so rabid for wins at this point. Like I would have loved if Caleb could have sat for a year, straight up. Would have loved it. It never would have happened because he's first overall pick, and that's just not how the NFL works. But like learning and sitting behind somebody. I mean, look at Jordan Love. Like he's like a mediocre quarterback that got to sit behind greatness for 3 years. And like he came out the door and he looked really good sometimes, like half the time. But like, yeah, I think Shador sitting, learning, and starting when they either need him to or when he's ready to is super important to his development. And it's not like some fake crap with like the fucking Bears did that with Mike Glennon and Mitch Trubisky and or no, that was and then it was Andy Dalton and Justin Fields. And like they were not preparing Justin Fields at all. Andy Dalton got absolutely obliterated by Myles Garrett. They put Fields in. He didn't know what he was doing, and he just got destroyed. He took like 8 sacks against the Browns that game. I will forever remember that. I was like, cool, they ruined him. We're going to have to deal with this for 4 years, and that's exactly what happened, although it was 3, and they moved on quicker than they usually do. So, But Jesus, it can get bad, real quick.
Yep.
I've seen it too many times.
Doug, your second and then your comments, or your second and your comments on Shador Sanders.
All right. So second, quick, is Funky Town, baby. Funky Town Belgian style pale ale. I got at their own flow, so 5.2% ABV. Look at the color on that shit. That looks fucking great. And it tastes great. So good job, Funky Town, as always.
Real quick, Doug, can I chime in with my second? I got my second up. Like,
please do, because Greg's got a second as well. Do it.
Real quick though, Matt will love that, and he would love to know that Funky Town are huge, big Bears supporters.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yep.
Love that.
So, yeah,
love that.
What's your second, Matt?
So, my second is hold on, Greg. Do you know where this is from?
I know where that's from.
Oh, Doug's gonna love this too.
I know where that's from.
So this is a Cassiopeia.
Ooh.
It was bottled in 2016. It has been cellar kept until tonight. Still pours, still has a head on it. I'm definitely gonna drink it. It is I think it's like a 7%. Well, let me see real quick here. Oh, sorry, 10.9%. Yeah, 10.9%er. And it's an American barley wine.
Very nice.
And you guys know I absolutely love my barley wines. It's my favorite beer style.
Yeah. I would like to say I have this in my fridge.
Ooh,
I'm not drinking it tonight, the quad, so I love Weyerbacher. They weren't distributing up here for a long time, and then I started finding their stuff, so I'm super happy about that. But how does that Cassiopeia taste?
Oh, it's so good. It's honestly, it has like a little it's a little more it's aged a little bitter for a barley wine, but it's almost like bitter toffee. Like it's like dark chocolate toffee.
Mm.
It's really good. It's still incredible.
That's good. Greg, you have a second?
Yes, but before I do, I just want to say to the news that Two Rivers Brewing in Easton closed recently, and which is right up the street from Weyerbacher. They were a fucking wonderful 1-2 punch. Two Rivers was respect to Weyerbacher. It was just its own wonderful thing, y'all. It had everything. It had ambiance, beer, food. The people were just fucking sensational. It was one of my favorite beer stops probably ever, actually. It was in this old fucking building, old like historical building, Doug, and it had like this 3-tier brewing system where the brewing system's on 3 floors and all that, like old school like that. It was just like you walked in it and the fucking floors creaked and shit. It was I don't know. It was probably haunted. All that shit, like you know what I mean. It had all the character. You know what I mean. It could be in a horror fucking show, which we'll get to. But like, yeah, you know what I mean. It was, yeah. That place was fuck. Daniel, that's the
Also,
worst. That's
give
my
me
worst.
give me all the haunted
closing.
breweries.
That's my worst brewery closing. What'd you say?
Give me all the haunted breweries. If I can go to a haunted brewery, I'm fucking going. Take me there. I want to go.
Okay, Doug. We got one here called Mount Horror, or is it? No, it's called the Grumpy Troll Brewery. They say it's haunted, and everybody knows it is, and all that.
All right. Well, when I hopefully come out for Great Taste next year, maybe if I can figure that out, you are taking me there because I want to experience that.
All right, Doug. But where you're going to take us right now is Shedeur Sanders.
I don't have much to say because I didn't see a lot of him in college football at all. The way I understood it, he should have been a second or third round pick. And I feel like he dropped because his dad was Deion Sanders, and everybody expected Deion Sanders was going to fucking get in the middle of it, and kind of like LaMelo Ball and his like LaMelo Ball's dad, like that fucking nonsense where the parents like involved way too much. But to be fair, Deion hasn't. Now Deion also had health issues, which we learned later. So there's that. But like,
well, and a whole ass football fucking franchise to run.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, I hope Shedeur. I think what Matt said is spot on. Like, give that kid some time. Let him learn from Flacco. Flacco's a seasoned veteran. He's fucking old as shit. That guy's going to be a fucking flag post in the backfield. He's not going to be able to move at all. So hopefully they can give him a little bit of a protection. But the guy's a winner. Like, he won a Super Bowl. He had one of the greatest postseasons to win a Super Bowl. Like, it was just weird how good he was in the postseason for 4 games, and he won a Super Bowl. And he's never been that good ever before or since. So, like, it's very reminiscent of like Eli Manning winning 2 Super Bowls. That motherfucker was a super mediocre quarterback, and he won 2 Super Bowls and played out of his mind in those 2 Super Bowl runs.
Yeah, we have had this discussion so many times in our NFL group, and I am always pounding the table that Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer because of his incredible playoff runs. When that guy made it to the playoffs, he was going to the Super Bowl. No one was going to stop him, not even Tom Brady in his prime, and it was ridiculous. Like, he still holds some records.
He was super mediocre. He just had good runs.
Don't get me wrong.
And he had great runs.
Yeah, he was atrocious. I wouldn't even say mediocre. He was just downright bad. But if he got to the playoffs, he was just fucking dangerous. Sorry, I forget.
No.
Are we allowed to curse on here? Like,
absolutely. Swear
Okay,
all
yeah.
you fucking want. I've
okay,
been
cool.
saying
Yeah,
fuck like 50 times
he was
before you would.
he was fucking dangerous in the playoffs. It was like he all of a sudden became like his prime brother in the playoffs. He became regular season Manning in regular season Peyton in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And
He
Peyton
also,
somehow became Eli most of the time in the playoffs. It was weird. But
he also denied the Patriots 2 Super Bowls, and that makes me very happy because
yes, he did.
That will make JHD very mad. I don't care because fuck the Patriots.
All right, y'all. So before we move on here, I might have this weird ass tasting old ass beer. No offense, but I love the brewery. It's Eagle Park from Milwaukee. It's a slush beer, Doug. But this shit's pretty old, man.
So that's going
Dragon
to be
fruit,
like
mango, and orange.
Oh,
I can't even tell. It was way better like a year ago when I got it. I went digging in the back of the beer fridge. You know how that goes.
yeah, that's a trip depending on your grab.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Wah. As they say on TikTok, baby bottles in the chat.
Baby bottles in the chat. I have never heard that, but I love that.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Any other conversations of the NFL coming up that y'all would like to speak on before we get to the Super Bowl thing? And we might get back to the NFL, but we have other things to discuss, so we may not.
I have a question for Matt.
Sure.
What is your all right? There's always several teams. There's always this thing where like teams that made the playoffs per year fucking drop out, and it's usually 3 out and 3 in is kind of the mantra that I always hear. What is a team that you go, oh, they're making the playoffs this year, and what is that a team that didn't make the playoffs last year? Maybe it looks bad, and you're like, but what is a team for you that this year that you think could make the playoffs that didn't last year? Besides the Bears.
It's okay. All right. Yeah.
You can't include your own team.
Well, because I already said that was my bold prediction that they were going to make the playoffs this year. I could totally.
I don't think that's super bold. I think that's actually very possible. But yeah.
So a team that didn't last year that will this year. It's going to be bold, but I actually think the Giants could do it too.
Even though they released Tommy DeVito?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think they hit with Jackson Dart in like a big way. I think
I do too. I love Jackson Dart.
What a great name too.
I've told Greg that I was like that kid to me reminds me of just he's got something to him. I mean, I personally think that like the next Josh Allen is coming out of the draft this year, out of Penn State. But
fuck Penn State, man! I fucking hate that school. I grew up in Pennsylvania. Those motherfuckers I had to cram down my throat all of high school. I fucking hated Penn State. But
I know. But Drew Aller. I think Drew Aller, regardless of how he performed in the national championship game, is going to be, or not the natty, the final.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm going to say the Giants.
Okay.
And a team that made it that I don't think are going to make it. As much as I want to say the Packers, I'm actually going to say the Vikings.
That's my team too. I think JJ McCarthy I think they have all the tools. The problem is, Sam Darnold. Yeah, but Sam Darnold had played in the league a bunch of years. JJ McCarthy's nobody knows what the fuck to expect out of that guy. So
He's gonna have to be atrocious to fuck that up, in my opinion.
and he could be.
I mean, hell yeah, of course.
I also think weirdly, I think with how bad the AFC is, like the AFC is very top heavy. I think there's a weird chance that that the fucking Raiders could make like the last playoff spot.
I'm just not sold on it. I mean, like,
This
yes,
year,
they have Geno Smith. Their O line is still really bad, and I just don't think Janty is going to take them over the hump this year.
Geno Smith is a huge upgrade from their fucking quarterbacks. Like a huge. Like Geno Smith's not great. He's a mediocre, middle of the road quarterback, but goddamn, he's fucking. I just think he's so much better than what they had.
While I hear you, Doug, the Raiders are much more than just a quarterback away from anything, if that makes sense.
That might be fair, but the AFC is really bad.
That's fair.
But
like, I could see like the Browns, Ravens, and Bengals all making the playoffs too.
I think the Bengals defense is so fucking bad. I just cannot see that at all.
They have an offense that they can put up 50 points.
Sure. If Burrow can stay healthy, his offensive line still sucks.
That's true. That's very true. I'm just saying they can probably limp into the playoffs.
For sure.
Well, Joe Burrow himself is, puts them really far ahead. Matt knows what I think about the Bengals. He hears about that shit. So.
I do hear about that shit.
If I say anything even remotely nice about the Bengals, it's probably true. Is where at because I struggle to say nice things about their franchise. And every single other one in our fucking awful fucking division. Our division is tough, and that's why when y'all say, not y'all but Doug specifically, but if Matt agreed, the AFC is weak, and I'm like, yeah, well, put one of your motherfucking teams in the AFC North, motherfuckers. See how that would work, Doug, especially.
Oh, well, anyway. All right. So the only good team in that division is
Baltimore. Yeah, your division happens to be shit, but it doesn't mean
it's the worst division in football by a mile. I think.
What is it, Doug?
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
The AFC South is always shit. Like you have Jacksonville, Tennessee, Indianapolis. All three are fucking train wrecks. And the only team that might be decent is Houston, and they might just be decent by default. They have a great defense, and we don't know what the fuck Stroud's going to do, but because he was terrible last year. But
yeah, I don't know, Doug, and I don't know. So when you say the AFC's weak, I don't know, because to me, one of the better teams in the NFC, we are told, is the one that just traded Micah Parsons away. So I'm not really too sure about the NFC when one of y'all's best, or you'll keep telling us, and San Francisco, is that another one? And Minnesota. See, I'm confused. And Green Bay, I guess. I'm confused. San Francisco.
Matt, you first, sir.
Quite honestly, I think that San Francisco is going to be okay eventually. Their wide receiver room is absolutely decimated. So until those guys start coming back and actually being able to play, I think they run the risk of running Christian McCaffrey into the ground. And if they run him into the ground,
he'll go into the ground.
I don't think that there's a lot of hope for them after that. Brock Purdy is very good. He deserved the money that he got. I would put him outside of the top 10 quarterbacks, though. But yeah, as long as Kittle stays healthy and McCaffrey can stay healthy until the rest of the wide receiver core can get healthy, I think they'll be all right. If one of those guys goes down, though, it's going to basically it'll either stop the run game or it'll stop the passing game, And if either of those things it's just going to be a bunch of losses. I know they had a lot of turnover with the defense as well. And like, yeah, like, I don't know. I could see them not making the playoff. Like, there's a world where if Kittle goes down early or if McCaffrey goes down early, there's a world where they just don't make the playoffs because they're playing they have a tougher schedule this year too. Like, that's another thing, like with the Bears too. Like, the Bears have a really tough schedule this year. They have like a top 5 strength of schedule against teams. I don't understand how it always happens. The Packers always end up with like a bottom 5. The Bears end up with like a top 5 when there's any sort of hope that they could be good in a year. Like, I just don't get it. But
Man, I thought Rob kept saying in our chat that the San Francisco has one of the easiest schedules, and that's why he's optimistic.
Yeah, same with Amani. Amani mentioned that he thought the schedule was pretty light. I haven't looked at the schedule, so I don't know.
Sorry. I might have been confusing them with somebody else. I'm
pretty sure you are, because San Francisco 49er fans are happy about this, and I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
I will also say that San Francisco had the year from hell last year, just a year from hell with injuries. Their injury fucking shit last year was terrible.
But that's like the 3rd or 4th year in a row that they've had hell with injuries.
For sure. But yeah, maybe that's just the way it works for them. But yeah.
I feel like there's ghosts in their training facility, and they should just burn the whole place down, salt all the ashes, and then just build a new one.
Sage the fuck out of it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Maybe
Right. Yeah, as our buddy Rob always says, the odd years they make the they make the NFC Championship. Even years is when they have all of the injury problems.
Or he loves to do when the Warriors make the playoffs, the 49ers win the Super Bowl. Like, 2 things that literally do not have nothing to do with each other. All right, y'all. So let's have some reluctant Super Bowl picks. So I'm gonna let me start first. I'm reluctant because I have no idea, and this is a fucking shot in the dark. But so and this isn't what I necessarily want to happen. This is just what I think could hash out. I'm going to take in the AFC. Josh Allen finally breaks through and gets his goofy ass to the Super Bowl. How long has this man been in the league? 7, 8, 9 years. He's been the MVP. It's just time for him to make that rise. Runner-up would be my least favorite team probably in the whole wide world, the fucking Ravens. One of those 2 quarterbacks, I suspect, will break their perennial glass ceiling, as we call it, and get to the Super Bowl finally and tell all the haters and the people who fucking doubt them and throw it in their face that they've never been to a Super Bowl. One of them is going to do it this year. But I got Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson would literally nauseate me for fucking months if that happened. So, in the NFC, I will do the easy thing and say the Eagles, and that's it. Doug, what do you
got? I'm pretty much the same. I think they're the 2 most talented teams. Is the Bills and the Eagles. Like, I would love to see that game. I want to see that. The only caveat to that is the fucking Chiefs. Like, they had no right making the Super Bowl last year with their talent. Like, they had a great record, but like, and Mahomes was bad in the Super Bowl, which is unusual for him. He's usually good. And yes, Josh Allen is a very lucky man. Haley Steinfeld and all that stuff. So yes. But if I'm just going to pick the teams that I think are the best teams, the Bills are the best team in the AFC. I think Josh Allen's right now the best quarterback in the league. Granted, it's hard to kind of nick Mahomes, but Mahomes didn't have a great season last. Now, he also didn't have many weapons last year. So like, he had some, but not as many as he's had in the past. Kelsey's old. He had the least productive year he's ever had. I think the Bills Eagles would be just an awesome Super Bowl, and that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for that. I want to see the best matchup. That's the whole thing for me. Not gonna be fucking Jacksonville, that's for sure.
I'm really hoping for a Bills Ravens AFC championship. I don't understand how we get there with that, but like that's what I want. Give me either of those teams in the Super Bowl. That would be absolutely incredible. NFC is a lot tougher. Like the easy out is like obviously like the Eagles, right? I could also see probably not the like I could see the Commanders getting there. I could see I
think they're the biggest regression team possible.
Dude, I quite honestly, I feel the exact same way.
That is a bet on Jaden Daniels being fucking fantastic all the time and not getting injured.
Yep.
Well, the not getting injured part is really it. He's going to be fantastic all the time, in my personal opinion.
Yeah,
he's just that guy.
Yeah, I think he needs to get on whatever regiment Lamar Jackson got on to bulk up the way that he did, where he didn't sacrifice speed. But Jaden Daniels does need to put on some weight. He's eventually he's going to get hit by somebody, and it's going to be like bad.
This is wild that you're talking about the Commanders, and then the reason for regression is Jaden Daniels and not everything else. That's wild. I'm just saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying all the other them being 87% on fourth down all season is an anomaly. That's never happening again. Never. They were just everything went exactly right. They had a super easy schedule this year. They do not. Like it's a lot different. And listen, I think Jaden Daniels is fucking great. I hope he stays healthy. I really do. That's good for the league. Point to
where it's shitty. Point to where it could go. Is it the defense? Is the O-line? What is it, y'all? What is the wideout? What's going on?
The defense is terrible. The defense is not good. And they have some skilled players, but not a lot. And Jaden Daniels kind of made a lot of hay with not a super lot of talent. Now they went 14-3. He carried it. They went 14-3, but they went against a super easy schedule. Like if you look at their schedule from last year and like the quarterbacks they played were it was bad. This year, not so much. So yeah, I just think that they're eligible for. And that doesn't mean they're going to be terrible. It just means they're not going to win 14 fucking games again. That's not happening. I think 10 maybe.
Wow. I'm glad we can clip all this shit. This is great. What's up, Matt?
I could see some regression because of Cliff Kingsbury not innovating enough.
But he's supposed to be the super innovator guy. That's what he's supposed to be doing.
He's legitimately never been that though. Like
they tout him in that.
In Arizona, he had one good year. It was the first year he came on the scene. Everyone figured out his offense once there was tape on it. Everyone shut him down. Arizona didn't become even remotely threatening until he was gone. That's what I would be most concerned with for Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels early in the season had a lot of one read offense, which is fine. That the rookie in the NFL, great. One read offense, huge. As they started having the issues that they did, which led them to like the loss with the Eagles eventually. Right? They lost the Eagles, I think.
Yeah.
Like eventually someone keys in on that first read. And if you can start to figure out the scheme, I mean, you basically pick one. And once you start cashing in on that first read, Jaden Daniels started to struggle a lot. You could see it anytime the first read wasn't there. Jaden Daniels had to make magic. And I'm not saying that he's incapable of making magic. He made tons of magic last year. But that playing outside of structure like that, which I love seeing, that's why I like Caleb so much. He plays out of structure. It's incredible. It's fucking highlight worthy. It doesn't win you a lot of games if you're only doing that. And if they key into that, if NFL teams key into that, it could be bad. That's all I'm saying. Like, there could just be regression there.
All right. So I'm hearing Bills or Ravens and the Eagles. Is that what I heard?
Yep.
Man,
All right.
I would listen. I'm sorry, Monty. I would love to see somebody other than the Eagles. I really would. But they are the most talented team in the NFL right now. They're the most talented.
All right. Well, look. So here, I don't know. This segue should be a lot easier than it is. I don't know why, but we're gonna talk about fantasy football, y'all. How about that? That's the segue. Not this guy, because I don't think you should be drafting him in fantasy football.
No, you should not.
Which y'all should
Dynasty
be doing. I think
you should be in Dynasty if you can afford a roster spot to sit somebody for a year or two.
Yeah. Just yeah. Anyway, what y'all should be doing is listening to Doug and Matt, because they are veterans in the fantasy football world. And actually, Matt is like yes, and Doug is like no. So we're gonna get into that in a little bit here. But I just wanted to this is the weekend of the fantasy football. Really the push until next Thursday, and then sometimes even next. Sometimes people even draft after the first game and all this. It's wild. I just wanted to get y'all's thoughts, and I wanted y'all to put your thoughts out there about tips. Maybe y'all aren't in any league together, so y'all can maybe give some sleepers or some things that strategies. Like, what do y'all do with the quarterbacks? What do y'all do with the running backs? Do y'all have an overall strategy? What do y'all do? Full disclaimer, I am a fantasy footballer for 20 plus years, and I am retired. Matt did his best to try to get me out of retirement. You can see his reaction.
I tried so hard, and I was like, "Look, we'll even do like an easy league. It's just like for shits and giggles, and whatever. It's a best ball league. You don't even need to set up a lineup." And man, couldn't get Greg out of retirement for that.
I had my run, and I still love it. And it's not that I don't love it, but it was just my time. And Doug, I won my best league that I was in. And I just quit. I was like, this is it. This is it.
Oh, you retired on top. You were Michael Jordan.
Absolutely. Or John Elway, but fuck John Elway. I don't even know why I remember that. But
it's the walk-off home run. It's the John Kruk.
It makes it harder to come back, though. It makes it impossible to come back. Because I'm like, and then when you're out of the game, the more you're out of the game, the more it's just behind you. You're just like, I cannot ever go back. Especially listening to Matt talk about his things. So that's why I wanted him. That's why I want him and Doug to kind of talk about this. So if I disappear from the screen, y'all, I will be here. But these guys know what they're. Well, I know Matt knows what he's doing. It doesn't feel like Doug does, because he's not really. He's not doing it. So what's jumping off, Matt? This year in fantasy, is there anything going on that's wild? And then what are your tips for people coming up this weekend? What are you feeling? Do you got any? I am not a crook, and that is a Chris Berman reference. Reference.
He's talking about John Kruk, the greatest Philly of all time.
That is a big fucking claim.
He's their color commentator now. He is an absolute legend. If you have ever listened to my podcast, the Super Fun Game Review Podcast Go, in the intro to that is me shouting about John Clarke during a discussion that we had. So yeah, real quick, just to explain the John Clarke reference that I made earlier. John Clarke, when he was retiring, he was trying to find his like perfect game to retire. He was playing for the White Sox. He was just like, he was over it. He just wanted to retire. But there was one problem. His batting average had just dipped below career 300. So he got one single hit, got out to first base. His career average went up above 300. He called in a pinch runner, retired in the dugout. Is absolutely incredible. John Clarke is like an absolute legend. He is my favorite person of any Philly. Like, it's just, I grew up watching him. Yeah, John Clarke is legendary.
Nice.
So
I ain't
sorry,
that
what was the question
legendary.
about fantasy football?
I ain't that legendary fantasy football. But yeah, I ain't that legendary fantasy football. But hey, in my own mind, I was. But anyway, speaking of legendary, we were talking about. Wait, no, you're not talking about that. Anyway, what do y'all got for this weekend? What's going on? What's up, Matt?
All right, so I have our NFL shit talking group.
Oh, wait. Hey, we're just fucking hanging out. All right, great.
That funky's hitting Greg. So yeah, tomorrow night I have our NFL shit talking group. I have our best ball draft for that, which I am the commissioner of. I thought I would keep it kind of like spicy and interesting with that. So I think every 3 weeks I'm going to ask for ad drops in order, and I'm going to just manually make the changes instead of opening the waiver wire. I think it's like the fairest way to do it. So that way I can just make sure everyone gets their stuff in. And then I have my old work league. Shout out the Vinegar Strokes work league.
Vinegar Strokes.
Yep. So yeah, that league is on Sunday, and then on Memorial Day, I'm really big into baseball, football, and wrestling card collecting. So one of the baseball and football breakers that I break with a lot asked me if I wanted to be in his fantasy league, so I joined that. So I have that on Monday then.
That's Labor Day, not Memorial Day, but
oh yeah, Labor Day, not Memorial Day. I'm sorry, that's my bad.
That's okay.
It's a day off. That's really what it is to me. Like, yeah. It's day off.
For sure. So I'm in one league. It is with my wife's family. It is a non-shit talking league. It is just a generic, hey, let's just like, I shit talk with my brothers-in-law, and that is it. I don't shit talk with any of the other league, and we shit talk in text. We don't shit talk in the group. I have finished it in top 5 for the past 7 years, but I've never won. So what I find interesting, and maybe you see this, like, so we do our leagues through ESPN. Mm-hmm. Last year, the big thing was like, everybody's like, get running backs. And this year, the big thing is get receivers. And my steadfast thing is get the best fucking quarterback you possibly can in your first round.
I strongly disagree with that. So me personally, my strategy is I watch this one group of YouTubers called the Fantasy Footballers. They're like one of the most popular like fantasy groups out there. And they gave advice. They have like a tips show that they do right before the season every year. And I think it was like 4 years ago they put out one, and they said to make cloud groups of your rankings of where you're picking. And I have stuck to that, and I have had like second place cashed finishes and stuff like that since then. If there's going to be an early run on quarterbacks, I always stay back and I'm like, fine, I will get the best receiving core and I will make a mismatch of like everything. One of my favorite formats to play is actually best ball. I love best ball.
I've never played in a best ball league. I would love that.
So I play on DraftKings all the time. You can, you spend money to get into all these leagues. Yeah, that's totally fine. I usually throw
now if you're spending money, I don't want to spend money to DraftKings. If I'm spending money to be in a league with friends or whatever, that I'm cool with. I don't want to give money to DraftKings, so fuck them. But like, yeah,
best ball is my jam. I throw about like $100 at best ball every year, probably with like, I don't know, like 15 drafts in there. Like I'll usually do like a $20 one, and then like I do a bunch of the smaller ones and stuff like that. Every year I've cashed for at least like $2,000 in best ball. Using that strategy of just like some of the best ball teams will literally have a combination of like Dak Prescott and Daniel Jones when he was still relevant in fantasy football, like 2 or 3 years ago. Because the trade-off there, they're just either one is going to have like garbage time or something like that. So you don't need the top tier. And I always try to stick away from like drafting 2 onesies within the first 3 rounds. So like onesies, you only usually ever have like 1 quarterback, 1 tight end. I won't draft both in the first 3 rounds because I've done that and it has bit me every single time I've done it.
Yeah, like I said, I to be clear, I've won 1 fantasy league, and that was like 9 years ago. But mostly I am very super consistent, and I'm always in the top 5. And if I'm in a 10-team league or a 15-team league, it doesn't matter. I'm always in the top 5. So this is just something where, like, last year I got fucking super mocked for picking Mahomes. Now, I was late in the draft in the first round. I was very late. At a 12-team league, I was 10th. So, like, they ran on all the running backs. Like,
yeah.
So I was just like, well, like, and so it was running backs, and there were a few receivers. I probably could have taken a receiver, and probably I could have gotten Mahomes in 2nd or 3rd round. But I was also hoping it was fucking Patrick Mahomes. I was hoping he would have a season where he bounced back a little bit and like all that, and he did. He was a very mediocre quarterback.
Yeah,
but so like I get the run on receivers because that's kind of the hot thing when you look at things, Yeah, if you get a great receiver, he has a bonzer fucking season, that's great for you. But if you don't handcuff it with a quarterback, then you're just getting one dude. So like that's the thing is like you had Justin Jefferson and you had Sam Darnold last year. That was a great handcuff. You were putting them together and you were getting multiple points. Problem is who the fuck was drafting Sam Darnold? Nobody drafted like they might have drafted him as like a 3rd QB if you were in that sort of league. Nobody was expecting Sam Darnold to go 14-3 and just the guy that I'm super interested in this year to see how he does is because of how he plays, where he is just I'm going to truck the ball down the field a punch, and it's Michael Penix. Will he be good? I don't know. But he just fucking, I'm going to heave it and we're going to let people fucking catch it. And like, that's a feast or famine guy. Like, he's going to be fucking great. You're going to get all kinds of points or you're going to get fucking jack shit. It's going to be one of those kind of dudes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But like Penix is somebody that you can basically pick up 10th round.
Yeah, like, you can pick him lower. You don't want to pick him early, but.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. So like I've had a few, I'll just talk about some of the mock drafts that I've done so far, since I haven't done any actual, like, this is my roster drafts other than some best ball. But like, Penix is somebody that if I decide to go, late, I like to pair him with somebody like mid-round, like let's say like 8th round. I'll grab a quarterback there, and then I'll grab Penix like real late. And I think that'll be a good like switching off point, because if Penix goes off, he could be absolutely phenomenal. He showed he's a little more willing to run in the NFL again, which is great to see. He did that a lot in not Washington, the place he was before. I am completely blanking on that. But like I am a huge believer in Michael Penix. Like, I watched his entire Natty run, where he lost to JJ McCarthy. Well, he lost to JJ McCarthy handing the ball off, basically, and their defense being unable to stop the run. But yeah, like, Michael Penix is so talented. He's just an absolutely, and he's got like the heart of a winner, which I really can appreciate.
Yeah, I really like him. Probably he's in Atlanta, and the thing is, like, so with Atlanta too, it's you're like, oh well, he is Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is that guy has been so fucking disappointing, and it's such a bummer because he's such a like he looks the part. He's big, he's fast, like he looks like he should be Mark Bavaro right now. Like that's the kind of tight end you expect Kyle Pitts to be. He's just not. He's just not the dude. And that's interesting because you got like the Raiders have Brock Bowers. That guy is a fucking stud, and he's stuck on the fucking Raiders. So, but the good thing is he had Geno Smith, who likes to throw to tight ends. So he's probably gonna have a good season. But yeah,
I think Penix is finally going to unlock Pitts as well.
I hope. I would like to see that. I really would.
I believe that enough that in any of the like best ball that I've taken Penix, I've also taken Pitts because I like to have that stack. The year where I like won the most money in best ball, I had it wasn't necessarily like a sleeper stack, but it was one of the first years that Jalen Hurts like became really, really important in fantasy football. And I had him paired with AJ Brown, and that stack just carried me. I think it was like 2 years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago when they went to the Super Bowl. But yeah, like absolutely, like I also do really like those stacks, especially in best ball, because if you happen to have that quarterback and that wide receiver or tight end that they're just targeting that game, their combined points really puts you up over everybody else. I remember the one year it was really stupid, but I think it was like 2 years ago. I played Justin Fields in like a spot start because my quarterback was injured, and I had DJ Moore, and they both put up 50 points.
Oh.
Yeah, like it was just absolutely insane. Like 2 rushing touchdowns for Fields, 2 passing touchdowns to DJ. DJ went absolutely off. He had like 200 some yards. Like it was just an insane fantasy performance. And that was just the 2 guys that I happened to have on my roster at the time. And ever since then, I was like, oh, like the stacks actually really can set you apart in fantasy. So I like to usually try to do that. Or if it's someone like Josh Allen, where you don't know who he is going to trust, then I completely avoid stacking him. Typically, I will like just be like, okay, Josh Allen is a standalone, like he is his own thing. He doesn't target one specific person. I'll go someplace else with like all of my other picks.
Yeah, I it just depends on your philosophy. I am pretty straightforward. I am going to have 2 good quarterbacks. The position I don't care about quite as much as running backs. Because running backs are so interchangeable and they get fucking banged up like a lot. And that's my reasoning. Like receivers I tend to be QBs and receivers. I also will value getting a very decent defense. I'm not talking like, hey, I'm going to draft them early. I just mean I want a decent defense and I want a decent kicker. And listen, kickers are dime a dozen. So like, you do whatever you want with that. I'm not going to draft them early. They're going to be 8th round or whatever. But I want to get a decent one that I know is going to be dependable.
Yeah.
So with defense, it's like, because defense, I will draft 2 defenses because I want to be able to play on whatever matchup they have. So like, if I might have a really good defense and a sort of pretty decent defense. But a decent defense is going to be like, I'm playing against the Cleveland Browns, and they're playing somebody, whatever. And you're just like, well, I'm going to play that defense because the other defense is playing, I don't know, let's say they're playing the Eagles. That's a different thing. The Eagles' offense is fucking great, so they're going to run up points. Whereas Cleveland, you have a better chance. So, like, it's all percentages. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
to
Yeah,
me, that's all. Like, you're going to run, and it's not always going to work out the way you want it. That's the frustrating part about fucking fantasy. But like, fuck, I set this guy and he scored 30 points, and the guy I played in front of him scored fucking 5. And I'm like, well, that sucks. But your idea of doing best ball, like a golf terminology, like where you're like, all right, whoever's got the best, that's what you play, and that's your fucking thing. And I think that's much less frustrating, I think, than the way.
Oh yeah, because the most important thing that you can do is just draft, and then you don't have to worry about it. You just kind of let it go. I mean, in our shit talking group, I'm gonna allow people to do ad drops basically, but I really do. I love the best ball format. It is so much fun because you sit back and you just get to enjoy and you get to do the best part, which is the draft, and you just get to like prospect hunt because your benches are usually doubled. You usually have like 10 to 12 bench spots in most best ball. So you're like, yeah, I'm going to get my 2 or 3 quarterbacks or 2 or 3 tight ends, and then everything else is running back, wide receiver. And you can take shots on people like in best ball. One of the last picks that I've been making a lot is Olamide Zaccheaus. He's going to be the wide receiver 3 for the Bears, but he's playing a lot of the slot role for a Ben Johnson offense, which is the Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is someone you can literally take with your last pick. And like he's the guy that made like a 36-yard like run in the preseason and scored a touchdown. And it's like, give me that. Like, give me that guy in the 20th or 30th or 23rd round that's going to just score a touchdown every once in a while, because that can cover up any duds that you have.
Yeah, that can swing things in weird ways.
Yep. 100%.
All right, y'all. Well, we're going to swing things.
We're going to swing things. Okay.
Away from fantasy football. What's that?
I'm keeping my pants on, Greg, just for the record. So
maybe not after this music.
All right, my pants are off. Let's go.
Oh wow. Good. This is why we'll have Matt talk.
Yes.
Matt, what are you watching?
Man, I have been just like, so outside of gearing up for spooky season, right? I have been watching a lot of WWE and AEW. WWE with my son. He absolutely is obsessed with wrestling. It's been great. It's been awesome to just kind of like relive a lot of that like younger me. And it's gotten me right back into it, honestly. Like I have gotten absolutely sucked right back into it. I actually took him to his first WWE wrestling thing in show in Philly on the 18th. We were at Raw, Monday Night Raw. It was really awesome. His favorite guy showed up, Roman Reigns. He went nuts. He stood up and he is like his hands were just like shaking like this from excitement. And he's like, someone take a picture. Like he was so excited. And that energy was so good. And for me, growing up in the Philly area and everything like that, ECW has always been like one of my favorite wrestling organizations, and AEW has a lot of that same style of wrestling. It's fast, it's chaotic, it's more about the wrestling than it is about the storylines, although their storylines are coming along. I personally think that Toni Storm from AEW is the best thing in wrestling. She's just absolutely incredible. She has this gimmick of being like a 1940s, 50s Hollywood star idol. It's incredible. Everything that she does is just absolutely magic. But the style of wrestling and everything like that has been like, it's much more extreme. It's much more bloody and like, it takes me back to ECW. That said, right now, AEW is at the 2300 Arena in Philly, which is, they're having a Regency. They're having 6 shows there. So they're at like the original, like whenever you hear someone say the bingo hall that ECW was at, that is like where they're at right now. And I got lucky enough to grab 2 tickets. So I'm actually going to 2 of the shows with my buddy Matt. It's so awesome. The only thing I'll say about WWE is that they're very much like big production, and it's very, very expensive to go, it's like $85 for nosebleed seats, right? For AEW or for WWE. And for AEW, for $127, me and my buddy are sitting front row at the AEW show. So like the difference is incredible, and like I'm really, really excited. If I make it on TV, I'll definitely have to send you some screenshots from the AEW show that I go to. But yeah, I've just been watching a lot of wrestling. I've seen a lot of wrestling cards, football cards, baseball cards, obviously Phillies, Bears. But yeah, that's I've been watching a lot of that recently.
That's cool. You said you were also watching some horror things on YouTube.
Yeah, so if I I'm gonna shout out like my favorite like horror YouTube. It's Dead Meat. It's awesome. They do these things called kill counts where they go through horror movies and they show and count the kills, and like they do like little like behind the scenes. They talk about like production issues that happen during shoots. They talk about like the connections between the directors and the actors and like other things. It's really awesome. It's very in depth, and James and Chelsea do like an absolutely incredible job. They've gotten a lot of recognition for the stuff that they do in the horror world as well. They even got to like do a cameo in like Scream 6. Like they're in the movie because they started doing interviews with like directors and stuff like that, and they became really good friends to the point that they were at their wedding with the guys that took over the Scream franchise, and they were like, hey, could you film something for us? And then they put it in the movie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really awesome. So I highly recommend, like, if you have a favorite horror franchise, or even if you just want to put something on YouTube that's kind of mindless, it's a great watch.
That's cool. That's cool. Um, I don't know how Doug's gonna explain this one.
Other
I still
than
need
the
to see
thing,
this one.
absolutely fucking insane is a great way to describe it. It is basically it's very much a treatise on looking young in Hollywood and Demi Moore's fucking greatness. Margaret Qualley is very goodness. Dennis Quaid plays a fucking lunatic, and he's a lunatic in real life, so that fucking just tracks. I cannot recommend this movie enough. It is so fucked up. I just love fucked up horror movies, and this is just right in my wheelhouse. It is, I think, an hour, not even an hour and 50 minutes, which for today's movies, that's pretty short.
Yeah.
Like, so it's nice to see something that's not like, well, I don't know how you are, Matt, but like when I look for movies to watch, I'm like, that's fucking 2.5 hours. That's too goddamn long. I don't want to sit for 2.5 hours. I want something tight and short and quick and let me fucking watch it and be like, all right, that was that. And then I'm going to move on. And this movie is slightly longer than an hour and a half. Like I said, I think it's an hour and 50, but it moves so fast, so good. It's funny and gross. Like, just like we discussed last week with Chuck Wendig, like we discussed the movie Weapons. And Weapons is super goddamn funny. And that was not something I expected out of the movie. There are parts of this movie that are very funny. And I'm not going to ruin this experience for anybody. You should absolutely watch it. If you can handle some gross parts, there's some gross parts, but like some people can't. I don't watch it. Like one of our folks, Lauren, who sometimes co-hosts with us, she cannot handle. I'm like, do not watch this movie. But like, if you like horror, you'll see Demi Moore naked for like half of the movie. Margaret Qualley's naked for half the movie. If that's your jam, great, cool. But it's not naked for the sake of gratuitous nakedity. That is like part of what the statement of the movie is.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is the statement of the movie is like Demi Moore's character is a little older and she does exercise videos, and they're like, yeah, we're going to shut that down. And then they were auditioning new people to do that role. So like, that's the thing. It's like Hollywood just spits out old women.
Yeah.
And young women come in and just fill that role. And that's just a constant flow. And it is just such a great commentary on that. I don't know.
And Demi Moore being the older spit out woman is like, it's perfect casting.
Yeah, it is. And she is so fucking good at it. Like, I don't know how to explain how good she is at this. So
I'm going to definitely have to put that on my list of like things that I'm going to watch this
please
weekend.
Please do. If you like horror movies, and I think we discussed that you definitely are in that realm.
Oh yeah.
Please do. That movie, I'm like, man, I'm going to watch this, and I just never got around to it. And then I don't know if you've ever heard of Plex, but Plex is a good way to watch stuff like that where it's cheap.
Yeah.
And how do I describe this? My wife's sister's boyfriend has it and runs a server. So I'm like, can you put this on? He's like, yep. And he put it on, and I watched it, and I'm like, that was fucking awesome. Please watch it yourself. Like, it's fucked up in just the best way. Like, Greg, you were part of the one chat where like Manny was like, who the fuck watched The Substance? Jesus Christ, what was that? And I was like, okay, now I'm watching it. Manny's like, hey man, watch it shit. It's super fucked up. I'm like, great, I'm doing that. Let's go do that. Because Manny doesn't comment on stuff like that too often. He's like, this is super fucked up. And I'm like, well, then I'm totally watching that. So
yeah, it's definitely going to go on my list for sure. I think the most recent horror movie that I watched was like most recently, not necessarily the most recent one that came out, was Late Night with the Devil.
Late Night. Good. That was just
it's so good. It's so good.
My wife didn't like it.
Really? Was it the ending? The ending's a little polarizing.
She was like, it was too predictable, and I was like, okay, but it was so good the way they took like the 70s, like late night. I don't know, I thought that was excellent. That was one of my favorites. So yeah.
I love a good horror movie that has a lot of good commentary on like social ongoings.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Yep.
It's like, have you ever heard about why George A. Romero made zombies? Like why he chose zombies to be like his thing?
Nope.
It's all a metaphor for gratuitous consumerism.
That makes sense.
And how people will just gobble up every single thing until there's nothing left, like quite literally. And like like especially in like the card hobby that I'm in, that is so freaking true. You go and you look for cards anywhere at like a Target or like a Walmart. You're just trying to buy like a small retail box, nothing hobby, nothing crazy. You can't find it. And then you go on the aftermarket and it's like triple the price of what it would be. And it's just like, it's absolutely insane, but it's that rabid consumerism and like the FOMO of it. It's really like, I love those kind of like social commentaries out of a horror movie. I think it makes
and you will love The Substance because that is all social commentary.
Yeah, I love that. Like I absolutely like that is something that I truly love out of it. So yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out. I heard Weapons was absolutely incredible. My girlfriend and I are probably going to end up watching that tomorrow night. We're going to rent it. And yeah, like I am so excited to watch that because I love that director too. I don't know, are you familiar with him at all?
Yeah, he wrote and directed Barbarian, which was fucking great too.
But do you know what he's originally from?
No.
Have you ever heard of a sketch comedy group called The Whitest Kids You Know?
The Whitest Kids You Know. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot. Yes.
Yes.
And he's from that
part of that original comedy thing. So that's why he likes to have that comedy element in there.
Weapons is tremendously funny in ways. Like there were like my wife and I were laughing in the theater multiple times. So like I think you'll dig that. I mean, Greg, I know we're kind of stepping on you here, but the idea of like that and just the difference of that between that and Sinners is like just this whole different experience. But like, so yeah. Sorry, Greg, you were going to talk twice, and so yeah, my apologies.
Nah.
Nah.
I'm watching Blackbird on Apple TV. This one is dark and weird and suspiciously creepy. Where I'm at, and interesting, and it's a good story and easy to get drawn into. Believable, fun. Apple TV, y'all. And then this is what's on the schedule this weekend for the most part. I'm actually watching that one right there. Dion coaching them up, or not coach, or no, they just got a touchdown, or they didn't, or something's going on. But yeah, college football is back, and I'll be watching that while y'all are sitting through y'all fantasy drafts.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, and if we're not watching stuff, y'all, we are. Matt, you just started playing this.
Yes, I did. Oh man. Hideo Kojima is by far the greatest video game director of all time. It cannot be debated with me. And just his Kojima just it's he basically just asks for money, and he's like, I'm going to do whatever I want to do with this game. And PlayStation Sony was basically like, yeah, like, let's make that a reality. Like, we want you to just have total control over whatever you want to do. And the first game, I mean, you can hear me go in depth about the first game in on our podcast. And the second one just builds on that, especially being a father. Like, you know, quite obviously, even from this like screen grab here, you can see that you're caring for a child this entire time. Like, the entire game, you are making sure that that child is like okay. And so to go and just like live through it's just an experience. It's so hard to put into words what this game is, but basically it's the Death Stranding is an extinction event. It's a mass extinction event, like on a universal level, like not even just that. And it's not stopping it because you kind of already went through it once, and then you're basically trying to reconnect all different areas of the world so that they can pool resources together to survive. You're trying to just get humanity to survive. And there's the subplot with BB, the child, and Lou, he calls him Lou. And it's just I cried during the first game. There's some really heavy stuff in there. And yeah, like I cannot get enough of Hideo Kojima. And he made my favorite video game of all time too. Like, that helps. Metal Gear Solid. It's just it's the best. I don't know. Like, he's just the best at what he does, and it's just an incredible experience. And also, if you like that sci-fi dystopian future, it is right in that vein of things.
Awesome.
And it's just extremely wild and weird as well. There's a lot of weird in that. A lot of things don't go explained. You just have to accept them for this is happening.
Doug, you never played that one, right?
No. I will say, did you know that Hideo Kojima's, there's an episode of Black Mirror based on him?
What?
There's one episode called Playtest, which is based on him and his video game creation.
I did not know that. I'm going to have to like watch that like immediately.
Yeah. You're not going to enjoy it the way they did it, but like,
well,
spoilers. This.
Yeah. So I am a giant fan of Black Mirror. I've seen that show. I've seen most of the episodes at least twice, several of them 4 or 5 times. But it's called Playtest. It is in, I want to say it's season 3, which was in 2016. Black Mirror has been around since 2011, which is fucked up because their most recent season was 2025. But like, it's called Playtest, and it is such a good, that whole season 3 is probably the best season of Black Mirror. So like, you could watch that from start to finish and just be like fucking floored. So yeah.
All right, Matt. You're also playing.
Yep, I'm playing the new season of Diablo 4. I hadn't played it since it launched, basically, and then they gave it away for free. A bunch of my friends started playing it, so I was like, all right, I'll hop back in. It's been fun. I've getting to the point where I'm ready to put it down. I have like 2 characters kind of like at the max level doing the end game stuff where it kind of becomes a grind, and I'm like, all right, well, I'd rather be experiencing something new. I've always been like that with video games. I can't stick and play one thing just forever unless it's like a wrestling game or like Madden or like a sports game, basically. But yeah, it's been fun. Had a Blood Wave Necromancer. It's been awesome.
And Doug, last and certainly not least, what are you playing?
All right, so Helldivers 2, I recently started playing with, there's a clan that I play with for Halo stuff. I don't do it much. It's not like I'm super heavily involved. It's just there's a group of folks that, hey, we're playing Halo at this time, so I get actually to do that. And Halo is my favorite game of all time. But they also do other games. They do Call of Duty. They do a bunch of other things. They just started doing Helldivers too. I've never played Helldivers because I'm an Xbox guy, not a PlayStation person. That was always a PlayStation exclusive, and now they're cross-platforming it. And Xbox is doing the same with Halo. But it's kind of fun. Like it's not open world, but it's a little open world. The only complaint I have for that game is that their HUD is not, you have to pull the HUD up to look around. I don't like that. I want the HUD available so I can see where it's going at all times. And I think if you're an ADHD person, there's so much going on in each mission that I feel like it would be an overload. Because like, all right, well, there's this base over here you need to go to. You can also go do this side mission over here. And it's like I've always talked about the idea that I don't like open world games because I get decision paralysis. So like I don't dig that. And this is like on the border of that. There's just a lot of things, and but it's interesting. It's like if you took Starship Troopers, Idiocracy, and the game Destiny and just like smashed them into one thing. And that's what Helldivers is, because when you open the game and like all of the beginning is super patriotic, but like snarky patriotism. Like it's like I've never been a super patriotic person as an American, but like this just like takes it and just like, this is super dumb. Let me throw it right in your face. And just like, yeah, it's but the gameplay is really great. They do a great job with it. So I dig that game, but it's going to take some getting used to because I don't dig the idea that I have to pull up a HUD all the time to figure out where I'm going. That's my only complaint about that game. Literally the only one.
Excellent. I'm not playing anything interesting. So I have nothing to share here. Doug, do you have anything you want to talk about? Your third beers. Did y'all get to your third beers?
Oh yeah, it was a mislabeled beer, as I messaged you about. So you gave me what's supposed to be a Donut Don, which is supposed to be an Imperial Stout with 2021 from Venture Brewing. Donut Don is their one of their signatures. This is supposed to be an Imperial Stout with crawlers, coffee, and vanilla. Now, if you look at that beer, that's not an Imperial Stout.
Put them both up to each other, please, so I can take a picture for my friend Simon. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I see the 2021. Yes. It says them. Okay.
I already sent it to him, but like, I think I got a mislabeled beer. He's like, oh, and that's very old too. I'm like, yeah, it is, but yeah. And I wasn't being a dick. I was just like, hey man, listen, it's still tasty. It's just not what I expected. It's sour. So whatever this beer is, I don't know what the fuck it is. This is not an Imperial Stout, clearly, but hey, that shit happens sometimes. So. Also, it's Venture, so it's a good beer, even if it wasn't what I expected. But you know how it is when you're expecting a certain. I'm going to pour this, and this is going to taste like. And then I poured it. I'm like,
so what are you drinking? What do you taste? What do you taste?
It's like a. It's not a. It's like a tart sour. That's what I'm getting out of it. Which is not what you want out of an Imperial Stout.
And what's the flavoring? What's the fruit? Can you pick out the fruit?
Not really.
They like to fuck with. Venture likes to fuck with all kinds of shit. Dragon fruit, mango.
No, I don't know what the fruit is, but it's fruity, but it's tart. So, like I said, it's not an imperial stout. That was the thing. I was like, "Oh, cool! I got a donut Don. I'm going to open that up because Greg sent me a donut Don. I was super happy about that.
Right.
And I'm like,
Right.
but that's not what I expected. But hey, man, it's still tasty. It just was. It's not super sour. That's the thing is like, and I'm not.
Well,
If it's really sour, I'm not going to be a fan of it. But this is more tart.
Unfortunately, I paid for Donut Don and I didn't pay for a fucking sour. So, well, there's that. But
Yeah,
I'll get a beer. I'm gonna get a beer out of Simon for that shit. So make sure of that. Especially now that you reported him. Yeah, he know. There's only one way you get venture beer, and that's so. Yeah, we're gonna.
Shit happens, man. It's so
I'm
good.
gonna milk this shit. Hey, man, Donut Don is a pricey ass motherfucking beer, and I'm not complaining about it. But at the same time, I'm complaining about it.
Yeah, I had the 2025 I shared with a couple of friends. That was fantastic, and that was definitely an imperial stout. This was not.
Oh, yeah.
And listen, yeah. I just look at it like something got mislabeled.
But Doug, it's easy for you. You didn't pay for that shit. That's all I'm saying.
That's true, and I'm sorry that you paid for something that wasn't. So you should be the one being like, "Hey, man,
you ain't the one that needs to be sorry. It's all good. It's all good." Anyway, anything else, Doug, besides the three?
I have one question for Matt. What is your fantasy league team name?
Well,
or team names, multiple.
So, in the card one, I'm just bear down rips because that's what that's how I collect on whatnot and stuff like that. That's my username on there. On my work league, it's where hope goes to die.
I like that's your work league one.
Yeah. Well, my old work league one. I don't work there anymore, but I've stayed in the league. I got yelled at when the rain because it used to be called the Vinegar Strokes League when my buddy Matt ran it. And then when it stopped being the Vinegar Strokes League and became the company name Fantasy Football League, I was no longer allowed to have my username. Everyone had, the person that ran it, that currently runs it, had a problem with Suck My Ditka as it used to be Suck My Ditka and Lick My Butt Kiss, but I got yelled at for that one, so I couldn't have that one anymore. Then it became Where Hope Goes to Die, and I forget what I named my my new best ball shit talking group one. I forget what I named it. I mean I could look it up real quick. Give me 1 sec. Let me pull up Sleeper.
Mine that I have in the one league I'm in is Shaka Khan.
I like it.
My Xbox ID has Shaka in it, like SHOCKA, and I just decided to like my sign in for ESPN is Shaka 31, and then I was like, okay, well I'm just gonna do Shaka Khan as a team name because it's fucking dumb and I like that. So
in the shit talking group, I have returned to Kiss My Butt Kiss.
All right.
Shaka Khan is dope, so that's good.
I like that. Yep.
Matt, do you have anything that you would like to talk about while you're here?
Man, I'm glad to be back. This was fun. I haven't done this in a while, and it was a good time.
We'll have you back for stout season, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll have to figure something out, find some stuff.
Well, don't y'all celebrate Black Friday at breweries like we do out here in Wisconsin?
Sometimes, it's been tougher and tougher as the years go on for me to just like get out on a Black Friday. Like this year I'll have my son, and I don't like to like just drag him around to a bunch of breweries with me while I'm trying to get beer and stuff like that. But
my question my question generally is, are the breweries doing something on Black Fridays out there with the stouts, or is it strong? Is it not strong? What's going on?
Not really. I haven't been in the scene as much as I was. It's mostly just due to like other hobbies and stuff, between card collecting and woodworking and stuff like that. I've just been like, I haven't been paying attention to it as much, but I know that ever since Goose Island showed up in Philly, like they have like the brewery down there now.
Oh, nice.
So you know, like
I don't know, waterfront, right?
Yeah, yep. But yeah, so now like the Bourbon County release is like big on Black Friday around here now, because there's a lot, like they do bottling and distro out of Philly, so places are like stocked up with all the varietals and stuff like that. It's pretty awesome.
I wonder if that's caught on with people. I mean, I wonder if that's caught on with the other brewers, because what's happened here is that Lakefront Brewing was the one who started the Black Friday. Actually, the beer's called Black Friday, and then they released it on Black Friday. Now there's literally 25 other breweries in Milwaukee that do the Black Friday thing, and now they do it out here in Madison, which is like 100 miles west. So like it's a thing here in Wisconsin. It's a surging thing. Doug, what are you seeing in New York?
Nothing, like literally nothing. Like no advertisements. I don't have a lot of breweries near me. Like I think I had 4, and none of them are doing any super Black Friday things. So.
All right, breweries, listen up. This only makes sense. This is easy. This is an easy grab. The reason it is it's just such an easy grab. Like people are out on Black Friday, so people could just stop into your brewery when they're shuffling their wife around to the 12 places that their wife wants to go to, or whatever, or the 10 places that you have to go to because you have a hobby or you have something that you want to see, and people can just dip into your brewery and grab your fucking goofy ass black stout that you shouldn't even be remotely fucking up because it's stout. So it's just a fucking give me. It's the biggest give me. It's not like I'm out here saying build the biggest, best triple double IPA you can make, or some like delicate triple on Triple Friday, Matt. It's a fucking stout. Like this is a lay up.
Yeah.
And another reason number 3, Matt, why it's a layup is because craft beer drinkers, we all suck these stouts down like fucking water. Especially, we're all ready for them. Do you know a craft beer drinker that's like, I don't really like stouts? Like there might be 1 or 2, but come the fuck on.
Right.
We all like that style. So like it's just a simple, easy, and then it's Given Tuesday the next week, right? So I can go get some beer and then give it to Matt, and that's listen. I don't know what to tell these people. Anyway, we'll see you on stout season. It's a layup,
For sure.
Absolutely. I would be happy to come back with some stouts for sure.
And I'm going to come back with some fucking Mad Elf, motherfuckers.
Me?
Look, I
ain't the hater.
Doug, I actually don't think you were there. Were you there when I got the Grand Cru from the Mad Elf?
I think that might have been the year I wasn't around.
Yeah, that the Grand Cru Mad Elf that I got from Trogs, like from the brewery, we happened to be visiting, and it was Mad Elf season there, so I picked that up, and I was just like, oh, I can't wait to like crap all over this for our Mad Elf thing. That was actually really, really good. It was actually really good, and it had like very little cherry to it. Like they only did like 1 bag of like the cough drops in the
cough drops. Not fucking cough drops, motherfucker.
That's my stance, and I'm sticking to it.
You can stance, but you're wrong. But that's okay. The good thing is what's great about the Mad Elf stuff is just it's never the same. Every year is different. Some years it is more medicinal. Some years it's just not. Sometimes more honey forward. That's the thing and they don't make any apology for it. They don't have to make it homogenous, and that's why I kind of like that beer. It's just, hey, this is how we made this. How it is.
Each year is not like us, Doug.
Yep, for sure.
I guess we're at least close to this. Man, you had a beer that I've heavily criticized on this here podcast numerous times, and you
Really?
enjoyed it a lot. Start with that one, please.
The garage beer.
I absolutely hated the one time I had that beer. I thought it was an abomination of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
So here's the thing. I will say this. It is not up to my typical craft standards. And that's and while they have waned a lot since I have not been in the scene as much, I will say it's light and it's refreshing. And I think it's a really good summer beer. I don't think I could drink it all year round. The lime version is really good in the summertime when it's super hot.
Mm-hmm.
I had it at a ball game, like a big ass can at the Phillies game, and it was refreshing. I do like it. Like I've bought 6-pack, 12-pack here or there, things like that.
It's cool. You don't have to defend it. Also as Doug showed tonight, I might have had a bad batch, so I'm willing to try that again, but I'm not going to pay for it. What was your
fair enough?
What was your second one, Matt?
I was looking at the bottle again. This Cassiopeia was bottled about 3 weeks after my son was born in 2014.
Wow.
Yeah. And they suggested the suggested aging on it was 2 years. It's 2016. So
how old is your son?
Yeah, there's Odin.
How old is he?
He is 10. He will be 11 in 2 weeks.
So you have an 11-year-old beer, and you're telling us right now that beer stood up.
Yeah, it did. It's a barley wine, and barley wines are absolutely fucking magical and the best fucking. They are the best style of beer, in my opinion. I love barley wines. They're my absolute favorite. All these fucking brewers need to start learning the craft because it is dying off and it's pissing me off because I absolutely love them. And they hold up. They stand the test of time. This is some pirate shit. This is stuff that you could put on a boat. Yes, barley wine is life, Daniel Fisher. Barley wine is life. But yeah, it's a beer that can just stand up the test of time. It's so good. It's a 11-year-old beer, and it was really, really good.
Don't apologize to these fools. Doug, what did you have? And did it stand up like Matt's beers did for him?
Well, I will say this. I didn't get what was labeled. That was
it a pleasant surprise though? What you got instead?
it was good. It just wasn't. The thing is, when you say, "Hey, I'm going to get an imperial stout with fucking crullers, coffee, and vanilla," I'm expecting a certain thing.
You
And when
got a
you get
bruv.
I
You
got
got
a
a
sour
bruv.
beer. Yeah, I got a sour beer. I got
That's
a
their
bruv, probably.
sours. Yeah, their sour
So,
line is bruv. So you got a
and that
bruv.
was that good? Absolutely, it was tasty. It just
Bruv is
wasn't what I
good.
was
Bruv
expecting.
is good. Bruv is good.
I had
Donald
the
Don
funky,
is better though. Donald Don is
yeah,
better.
and so I had the
Oh,
funky town Belgian style
that's an
pale ale.
excellent fucking beer.
That's
That's
a
an
really good beer.
excellent beer.
But the best thing I had was the Eckhart Czech style
By
pale
Bears
lager.
fans.
That was super delicious and really tasty, and 4.2%. So proof that you don't need to be big to be really tasty. So
Is that what she said?
that's what she said.
All right.
Right. What about?
Oh yeah. I
Oh, yeah.
had two Milwaukee beers. Both kind of old actually, but this one held up pretty good because it's a 4.2 lager. Uh, Probably a lot like what Matt had. Probably a lot like what you had. You know, these breweries are making these light lagers like a dime a dozen now, and that's a good thing because that's what people like. It's not my favorite style. It's not Matt's favorite style. It's not Doug's favorite style, but it's a style that's approachable to a lot of people, and we understand why we drink them. And how it hasn't stopped us from drinking this. We all drink them. Matt had one tonight. Doug has had numerous of these lagers. How Doug sent me one. And I just had one
Mhm.
tonight. So cheers to the brewers for making those. And this was a sour that it was just I didn't drink it quick enough. So we're not even well, it's Eagle Park and Eagle Park makes great beer. And just because I didn't drink the beer before I should have ain't Eagle Park's fault, y'all. Yeah. But what's my fault is I didn't schedule next week, Doug. So um I think y'all were gonna be working on um talking about liquid intrusion and jasmine and the things that we can do to help them. I'm pretty sure that's next week. But if it
Yep.
doesn't happen next week, it's gonna happen soon. But Matt, we want to thank you for coming on. I guess we'll get out of here. Maybe we'll talk a little bit in the after show. But because it's
Absolutely, absolutely.
getting kind of late on the East Coast. Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, and Dion's about to lose his first game. Georgia Tech is up. But actually, there's still a minute. But he doesn't have Shador to bail him out, Doug. What's going to happen?
Or Travis, or
Right.
or Shiloh.
Everybody was asking what was going to happen to Shador when he didn't have Dion with him. I'm asking what's going to happen with Dion when he doesn't have Shador. What about that? So anyway,
It's a good question.
last last comments are I think Two Rivers had duck poutine, Daniel.
Throwback.
And yeah, if they didn't, they should have. You know what I mean? Like, Night Amani. And what is JC talking about? Is that available for Apple? I think that was one of our TV shows.
No, I think that was Diablo. I think he was trying to do that.
Oh, I don't know if Karush Shahari is still here, but hold on, y'all. Hold on, quick, Doug.
Yep.
Sorry.
Sorry. I was taking
would you take Arcane or Jacobs? Matt, in full PPR.
I would probably take Achan. I would probably take Achan over Jacobs right now. Don't know how that's going to shake out for the Packers yet. I mean, they're both solid. I don't think either one is going to be bad, but with the Tyreek Hill madness that is happening in Miami, will he play? Won't he play? That kind of nonsense. I think Achan is just going to get a ton of dump off just receptions. So especially in a full PPR, you're getting a point every single time he catches a ball. So I think that I don't know that Josh Jacobs is necessarily that PPR monster that Achan can be if we're talking about sheer upside. Because I don't think they're going to be tossing the ball to Josh Jacobs if they're going to be relying more on the defense for the Packers.
All right. Doug, can you show that comment? Hold on. I see what you're saying, but can you show the comment with JHG that you just tried to show, or what was that?
I can remember. I cleared it, so I apologize. So I don't remember what it was.
Okay, cool. What do you got, Doug?
So my question would be, before we we jumped off of fantasy football, what is the one person you will not draft in fantasy football, regardless of how fucking many points they will get you, just because you just won't, because they're shitheads or they're fucking somebody you've had them in the past and they burned you. What is that person?
I will not be drafting Tyreek Hill ever again. I had him last year, and it was
so fucking on point with that. Yes.
Yeah, it was just a nightmare last year. Between Tua's health and stuff like that, he showed that he is way too reliant on Tua to be a fantasy asset. I drafted him in the first round, and it absolutely bit me in the ass.
He's also a terrible fucking person. So there's that.
Yeah.
And to that end, the other one I would add is Aaron Rodgers. I'll never draft that motherfucker. Never.
Oh no. Yeah.
Him as a human. It's just like no. You could be one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. I'll never draft you because you're a terrible, shitty human. So fuck him.
When he was one of the top 5,
I never drafted him.
Yeah, I've been on the Aaron Rodgers hate train for a real long time.
Yeah. So, but Tyreek Hill is a good one. That was one. Those are the two that I was thinking. So yeah. Thanks, Craig. Sorry, that was one I forgot to ask her in our fantasy conversation. I want to drop that in.
Nah, that's cool. Anything else, Sean?
No.
All right. Well, we will get out of here, Matt. Thank you. We will see you in November, Doug. Doug is scheduled for this year's Black Friday. Doug is touch and go sometimes with traveling and holidays and all that. I think we all are kind of. But I'm planning to do my Milwaukee Black Friday run this year again, which was fucking excellent last year. So we'll be doing that. But thanks, Matt. It's always great hanging out, even though we hang out every day.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Doug. It's nice hanging out on Fridays.
Yep.
And we'll see y'all with Friday. Maybe with some we'll have some liquid and choose and talk, but I'm not sure what we else have, but we'll see y'all.
Yep. We'll figure it out.
Oh yeah. Y'all have a great
Labor Day weekend.
Day weekend and first football day. What is the first game again? The Eagles and the Cowboys. Oh. Isn't that intriguing? All right, y'all. Jerry Jones. This guy. Wow.
JHG draft tomorrow.
Cheers, y'all.